if they can do something like this and it makes it feel like that's real, what's to say they couldn't just put like this AI into a synthetic skinned robot and now that's your nanny that looks after your family?
On Netflix, you could get lost if you just wanted to just try and
we could talk about all the fucking films on Netflix for hours. There is some cool shit there.
I think that's the hardest part, actually, like picking one to actually watch.
No, dude,
paradox of choice.
Yeah. Have you seen their their
like
shuffle option?
No.
At the bottom. So when you go
what's this, sorry?
Netflix, so when you log in, your account's on the top left. You go like home, you've got like your like home is like your recommended, all that sort of stuff. Then you got popular TV, shows, movies, all that sort of shit. As you scroll to the bottom, there's a shuffle play, and it will literally randomly pick something according to the algorithm that you would most likely like, and you can just keep hitting shuffle until you find something.
That sounds like it's strictly for stoners who just like get sedated and just are on there, and it just keeps recycling and rejigging.
But there are several people on my account, and my algorithm would be so fucked. That would not work.
No, but you've got different profiles under the one billing account.
No, but several people, for whatever reason, just go mine because it's first. Yeah, I feel just lazy. Just go. It's family members, or when we're watching something at home.
That's
so you'll have like a kid show on the same one, because not necessarily go on the kids one all the time. And then, so if I shuffle play it, I just end up watching Frozen or some bullshit.
Welcome back to the Outspoken Show. Thanks for tuning in. The giveaway was so much fun, but don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. The giveaway was so much fun. Congratulations to Ash for winning the $50 Visa gift card.
Big money.
Huge money. It was a lot of fun doing the giveaway, and thanks everyone thanks to everyone who entered, because we appreciate the support.
We sure do.
And we're going to keep doing giveaways as well. But no, when we're watching family movies on Netflix, I'm like really edgy, I guess, and I don't want anyone to watch on my account because I don't want that algorithm to fuck with some like family movie.
Yeah, once it's gone, it's gone. Like the suggestions I get sometimes, it just doesn't make sense.
Shrek 2! It's like, yeah, nah.
Not feeling it, sorry. Yeah.
That's one thing I don't like. Just other people like on the Netflix. I don't know why. Like it doesn't matter.
I don't care about
movies.
It's the YouTube account.
Oh, I'm big on that.
Someone fuck with that, I'd be so angry.
So get this right.
No one has my login to that. That's...
Gabby and I have the YouTube accounts on the TV.
No,
and
you both share the same YouTube account.
No.
Oh,
we got two. So we got two accounts.
Okay,
right?
Unless you get so much Emma Chamberlain at a Chamberlain's
I'm telling
coffee.
you. So we've got two accounts, and she just automatically uses mine.
No.
So I'm like,
that's a deal breaker.
If I pull up my phone, there's like Emma Chamberlain's. There's all kinds of crap.
That's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Have you spoken to her about it?
Yeah.
Like you gotta. How do you approach that topic? Like
it's one of the.
No, this is.
Hey, babe.
Stop.
We gotta talk.
No, this is how the conversation went. So I've noticed there's a lot of like fitness stuff, food stuff, like a lot of vlog stuff on my account. You haven't been on my account lately, have you? Oh yeah, I was on it this morning. Oh, okay. Look, the algorithm keeps recommending these videos that I don't really like. Are you able to use your account? Yeah, no. Oh, okay.
Imagine if it was like tall African men doing yoga or something like that you're just not. Imagine if that's what it was.
I feel like you didn't put up much of a fight there, Dylan. You just copped it.
Dude.
Babe, come on.
You tried to tell me you're any different.
You fucking my algorithm. Yeah, look, I would be like, what are you doing? Get on. There is no need to screw up my suggested thing.
But what if your partner's like, yeah, nah.
You just log out of the account and you make a new account completely anonymous to them and say, well...
I wonder how quickly that algorithm would catch up to the strength of its current...
Extremely quickly.
It does that pretty quickly, doesn't it? But still, you just get this weird suggestion every now and then where it's
not worth
it.
It's not worth it
yoga
for
pants.
The relationship isn't worth it. The relationship isn't worth it.
Well, your priorities are a little off there, but...
I will tell you...
That's not how I feel about it. That's not how I feel about it.
Recommends to everyone out there 2 Cambodian dudes at 4 a.m. digging holes and making like little dugout houses.
Have you seen the
Tell
pool?
me
What's
I'm
with
wrong.
that? What's with
Have
that?
you seen the pool?
I've never watched any of them, but I always get suggested.
You're such a liar.
How have you not watched one? I spent like 12 minutes just watching the thumbnail progress.
I've done that on like the Instagram, but never on YouTube. I've never clicked in on that video.
Let us know down in the comments if you get that 4 a.m. Cambodian dude sitting there digging a hole and making a little like dugout shelter. Like, let us know.
Those time lapses are so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Do you watch any of the not It's like the DIY of a chair that's completely destroyed or a motorbike and then they're redoing it.
Yeah,
I feel like that'd be up your alley.
Yeah, do you know one
You
of
love those,
my
don't you?
favorite is straight razor restoration videos.
Straight
They're
razor.
so
Is that a
satisfying.
tool?
Yeah, straight razor for shaving. When they're all rusted out and they're broken and blunt, they do the restoration. God, that's satisfying.
Is it worth restoring? Or just buy a new one.
Yes, definitely worth restoring.
That's the thing.
The
that I
wrong
don't
money
understand.
mentality. I apologize.
No, there's two types. Like you can have like
There's
the
good quality
disposable,
razors,
or you can have like
yeah.
the good quality one.
I don't like time. Like, at what point does time become worth more than unless it's just like we spoke about before, just the hobby value.
You enjoy doing it and enjoy restoring something and using it forever.
Bro, if
That's
you're sitting there just like
definitely part of it.
sharpening, like I sit there and just sharpen my straight razor while I'm watching TV. Like that's relaxing for me. So that's where I get the enjoyment from.
So what are you getting on your YouTube feed? Like, what's your suggested?
At the moment, mine just like videos on either football, like a lot of American football, like I watch clips and
Highlights.
stuff. Yeah, then there'll be just random like car videos about
like
that
Chelsea
kind of shit.
winning and shit like that.
That stuff's starting to pop up.
How much of
I haven't been on YouTube the past like 3 days since they won though, so there's like nothing.
How much of Tim Tebow's biceps have you seen? Like, that's all, like, because I follow a
don't
couple of
click on it.
hurdles
That's-
and... No, but I've seen so many images just on the Instagram pages.
Hurdles on the Instagram
Yeah,
is where I've seen
it's
that
just
shit.
Tim Tebow's biceps, who's like... He's 34 or something. He was a great quarterback, went to baseball, was a reporter, correct me if I'm wrong, Gino, and now coming back as playing a different position as a tight end.
He'll be all right. He shouldn't be like your average 34-year-old veteran in the NFL because he hasn't had those hits for the consecutive that many years. So you'd think he could still be in like a decent athletic condition, but I don't think he's gonna make the team. A bit of a
Oh,
show.
really?
I don't
I
know.
thought
I have
he
no
did,
idea.
no.
It's so hard to make it as
Yeah.
a different position and a lot of athletic people you're competing with.
Mm.
But it's interesting to watch, like the hype this guy gets. They love him. They love him when
They
he
drew
was
the-
drafted. He was the good Christian, just super nice, polite. You know, he's just.
At Florida, he's a god.
They love him.
He's a god.
He's just so. You
There's,
can't hate him.
statues. Yeah, statues. Like, I can't imagine what would happen if he was to show up and just like be walking down one of the streets, especially like near the campus. Oh,
They've got that. We've got Darren Lockyer. Oh yeah, mate, get around the ball.
His voice is fixed now,
Rogers
mate.
coming around.
He's fixed his voice.
Yeah, but
Has he?
has he? I don't.
As soon as he retired, he got surgery, but he put it
oh
off.
it's not any better. I saw him like a year ago.
Not really.
Yeah, he
Still
came to the
sounds
bar
like
that I was
he's a-
working at. He's not much better.
Oh, I thought he got surgery. He had to wait until his career it was over because it would have impacted him playing.
Maybe,
Also,
Do
maybe
it. It might be better than it was.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, but even his commentary is still like sounds like he's got a hole in the bottom of his throat.
I when I was
sport.
yeah, I always wanted to sound like him for some reason because I looked up to him as a kid. I'm like, when I talk, it sounds like this.
Well,
Um,
State of Origin's coming around. You could do like a commentary at home, just like pretend to be him.
that sort of passed, but it was it
You
was
grew up a
there.
little bit?
It wa-
Yeah.
yeah, I did grow up.
Luke starts smoking. He's like, "Yeah, guys, sound exactly the same."
I'm just down in these cigars every day. Oh, just 30. Oh.
But in my
30 cigars.
holy shit,
You want to get there quick though. Anyway,
fuck, that would get you there quick, I think.
100%.
And just not drink any water as well, just to really
yeah.
dry out like a tobacco leaf. In my YouTube feed though, there was Colin Samir, and I just played that clip for you about Lil Miquela.
That's wow.
And I don't even know how to approach this because it's a super interesting concept of. It's not even a concept; it's real life. You've
It
got
is what is happening, yeah.
You've got a artificially intelligence designed human. It's not a. It's like a Sims character.
Yeah.
It's
Essentially a Sims character, yeah.
That is vlogging on YouTube like Emma Chamberlain,
Yeah.
and has an Instagram account that's verified at 3 million followers.
Crazy
So
wild.
her YouTube has 250k followers, also verified, and has a seemingly very loyal fan base that people look up to her and relate on a very high level with this fake human.
Yeah, it literally for those who haven't seen it, because Luke just showed us, it literally looks like a real person. But
Check
it
out
is,
the Instagram.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll put
Throw
up.
up the
Yeah,
Instagram, but yeah, it's pretty much a completely fake artificial intelligence robot. It's not real life; it's only digital. There's no physical element to it. For example,
Well,
it
so-
can't pick
no-
up this amazing cactus. But
Well, but like that's so. This image here is her licking a lollipop, probably in Santa Monica Pier. but that's a real image of Santa Monica Pier.
And they've
the
photoshopped
dude in
him.
the background, the lollipop stand or ice cream stand is
That's
real.
real, yeah, but-
and she's been placed inside of a real life set.
You honestly couldn't tell. If
Like-
you didn't know, just think it's someone's photoshopped them.
And actually, this is a brand deal with some ice cream, and now we're
Not a
plugging some
sponsor.
ice cream. Not a
Like
sponsor.
you would never know. You like unless you're really spending time, like because we've flicked through
At a
Instagram,
glance,
right?
you wouldn't know. If you look close, you can tell the faces.
It looks funny,
but then
but
that is like
But I've seen enough pictures.
Yes, some
that's
filter.
That's the weird thing. It makes me question like what I've seen before this.
Kendall Jenner.
yeah, does she really?
But-
exist?
But all of them.
Yeah,
All of them.
All it takes is 2 seconds of a little bit of editing, and next minute you got a gap in your tooth and you look like this. I mean,
But it's just some of the filters for stories nowadays. It's incredibly powerful.
hey bro, I see 3 comments down. You got Yunuki97. I love you. Yeah, my man's 17. And
So cute, babe. Love hearts.
What are these just dudes?
Love eyes. You look so beautiful. Bro, I don't know how you can get around that.
maybe they're bots.
But like, you see that, you wouldn't know.
If dude,
I'd
as I
be
said,
fooled.
You
I'd
look
be fooled.
close at the face, I
It
would
looks-
be very suspicious.
Yeah, but
but
dude,
I know
that's where you're
now. I know
scrolling
now. I
through.
have no idea what it was like before.
yeah, but dude, if you're literally just scrolling through, nice, you would never know.
Yeah,
You got-
100%.
You
At
really
a
got
glance,
no
you
reason
wouldn't
to
know.
believe that it's fake. That it's a fake human.
I didn't realize that this was out yet. I knew these things would come eventually, but I didn't think that this was
Like the
such a popular thing where she's got how many she got on Instagram? Is it 3 million?
This sounds weird, but like that's an attractive photo
As
of
in-
a
Of
course,
fake
yeah,
human.
it's
Of
not-
a fake human.
It's not weird. Like people are into animated
But,
things
like,
all the time.
I
It looks
feel-
like a real body. That's why it's mimicking
Yeah.
reality as much as anything we've seen in terms
The
of
face is the only thing that looks
Yeah,
somewhat
but dude,
fake
in
because
that
it just
photo-
doesn't have the right expressions, I think.
In that photo, the face literally looks like the face of plenty of Instagram models that are out there. Like, in my opinion,
I mean,
looks no different.
that face is what we call the brush effect, where
Yeah.
it just smooths out the cheekbones, and then you've got everyone else has that same face. It's insane.
Yeah, so anyway, we were watching this video and they were sort of going on about how this AI robot who has no physical element, it's all digital, has yet somehow amassed 3 million Instagram followers, has amassed this massive YouTube following, and daily she's putting up these vlogs that relate to the audience. I mean, Emma Chamberlain's is someone who I mentioned earlier and Luke did as well. She comes up on my YouTube because of Gabby, but it's basically this
because
girl.
of Gabby.
Hijacking.
Yeah.
Definitely because of Gabby.
Yeah, she
Because of
hijacks
Gabby.
my-
It's not you. It's definitely Gabby.
It's
All right,
okay.
whatever.
It's
whatever.
She always uses it, doesn't yeah. But go on, yeah.
So anyway, I watch Emma Chamberlain.
Knew it.
Anyway, this lady basically just goes through her life, moments where she's making her coffee, she's getting her nails done, buying a handbag, like very
Simple, mundane, and relatable.
Yeah, and yet this Lil Maguire robot.
Lil Miquela.
Lil-
Maguire.
Yeah, same
Maguire.
shit.
Lil
Anyway,
Miquela.
whatever.
Lizzie McGuire, great show back in the day. Anyway, you're too young for that, boys. Don't worry.
You
Anyway,
got a couple of years on us.
Miquela here, she is in no way different in terms of the content she's creating, and yet it's completely fake. There's not a single real element to it.
There's a company behind her with what they got writers, they have
Illustrators.
animators. It's literally like a
40-person team.
It's like probably almost what there is to make an animated movie in Hollywood.
you know-
It's like that kind of
This is the
level of
crazy part.
detail.
This is their website.
Their website's
It's
literally
a Google Docs, which is what we use to share show notes, like prior to the show. And they've got a Pikachu GIF that says under construction, and Brod is on a journey to create a completely new way of telling stories together.
what they're tapping into. It's the simplicity of it, and that's even what they're pushing with this. It's the simplicity of a neurotic teenager, young adult, just vlogging, talking, being relatable, living everyday life, but then also being this Instagram influencer.
When we
Actually,
say
I wonder if she has an age. Does she
yeah.
have an
That's
age and does she
interesting.
age?
Sure. Oh, check
'Cause
her
that-
You should
Instagram.
look that up because I wonder because I would think not. I would think it's the broader the better
Yeah.
in terms of the most relatable to everyone.
19 years old.
Yeah.
There you go. But that was,
when was
So
that?
she's our age. She's legal.
Oh yeah, wait, I'll leave it to you, mate. That's
So
No.
in 2019, she had 1.5 million Instagram followers.
2 years later, she's at 3.
Hang on, who's
back
that? Who's
then,
that? Jenna?
wasn't 2018. She was what
So
most
she's-
influential.
2018 Time Magazine most influential person, most influential person.
Person? They said
That's what I didn't understand. Yeah, 2018 Time Magazine.
What
Most
if they
influential.
got
So weird.
How
what
is
if they
that a
got duped?
person?
What if Time Magazine got duped? Like the writer literally thought that it was a legitimate.
So she's
I wouldn't
21.
think so. They would want to personally interview the person, I would say. And it's not like it was COVID or anything where they had to do a Zoom call or some shit. I would think they know what they're doing. There's some reason behind it,
But how do people relate to her?
In her
But, like,
videos, she's like saying, oh, guys, busy day. Coffee was a real thing that got me through. Like work was ridiculous. And she's not working though.
But can you relate to a person that isn't a person? Like, I feel like I'm being lied to.
I couldn't. But what they're doing is they've got really smart writers, really smart people behind what she's going to vlog about, what they're trying to project. And what you can do with a fake person is project what you see people are interested in and make the perfect combination to make her super relatable, super likable, and so broad also so that they can get the most
But that's
reach to
literally
different
what they
people.
were
Lil
saying.
Miquela
designing
isn't
an influencer.
isn't saying, "Oh, that's just not me. I don't want to project that image." Like, they can project whatever fucking image.
It's the people behind it. That's like they can
That's what they were
literally
saying, storytelling.
Yeah,
Like,
they're just
wow.
studying and telling stories.
Well, that was one of the interesting things because they used to have on their website is brothers reading A War of the Worlds on the radio.
So that was before they put up the Pikachu thing.
Yeah, that was just before that. I think that was someone took a screen grab of 2 years ago, 2019. And in 1938, someone read a fictional version of events over the radio.
Yeah.
And I don't really know what the purpose of it was, but it was, I guess,
it was to say that
a social
everyone-
experiment, sort of.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
They thought that everyone was just listening to the radio and believing every word, and they were trying to prove the fact that
Because of a lack of information.
I'm pretty sure though they even prefaced it with, "No, this is fictional. I'm going to." It wasn't an intentional thing,
Oh.
but people would tune in halfway through, thinking, not realizing it was. This is what I remember learning about this because they mentioned it in a journalism course I did. But yeah, no, it wasn't put out there as this is real. It was just halfway through this fictional reading that he stated at the beginning and probably at the end, like, remind that as a fictional reading. But there was mass hysteria. Apparently the rates of like, I don't know, like all these kinds of things. I think it was, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, that people were in hysterics, thinking it was real, thinking there were aliens and panic stations.
It makes
Absolute
sense.
panic
He
stations.
basically said that we were being invaded and that there was like another life form on the planet attacking us. And this is when they put that on their website, I guess they were sort of hinting at the fact that back in the day, the hysteria came about because people just jump to a conclusion. They don't look into things. And they're trying to say that, what my interpretation of that is they're trying to say that, okay, this is AI and it may seem scary, but don't jump to a conclusion because you don't have like the full story. Like we haven't finished our story yet, so don't jump in and like have a go at us. That's my interpretation of what they would have put it up for.
This is working.
And then now they've changed it to, we're storytelling. They yet again read that as like, okay, we're developing something here. Like, let us run with it before you shoot us down in flames.
Well, I think this is essentially a form of storytelling. They're able to push a message through a person.
Even the fake stuff as well.
It's interesting because they're getting this Miquela. Is it Miquela?
Miquela.
Yeah, Lil Miquela.
You're getting
She's
confused
getting
with
brand
Felicity
deals.
McGuire.
Samsung, Team Galaxy.
Yeah, like legitimate
Samsung,
brand
Calvin
deals.
Klein.
Like people are obviously tapping into her influence, but it's like she's being projected as a real person. But
That's the weird part that brands are wanting to associate.
Yeah.
With
Dude, when Star Wars came out, everyone sees C-3PO. He's obviously a robot, but people who watch the movie, they build a relationship with C-3PO as like this
And Yoda.
like as
true.
these like important story characters, but they're not real at all. Like there's nothing real about them, and I wonder if that's sort of the line they're going down, which is like, okay, Miquela doesn't have to be real at all. There doesn't have to be a single element of her that is real, but we can still use her to push an agenda or push a product, or like maybe in the future, like this is the stepping stone into the future of AI and robots. Because if they can do something like this and it makes it feel like that's real, what's to say they couldn't just put like this AI into a synthetic skinned robot and now that's your nanny? that looks after your family. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Eventually, that could be the progress.
I think that seems like an easy
that is a slippery
stepping
slope.
stone.
But that's what I mean. Is
slowly introducing
Yeah.
it to people to make it more comfortable until they bring the real thing in too.
Well, that was one of the goals of the guy who created it. I can't remember his name, but he was quoted saying that he wanted to progress society in a way that Will and Gracie did.
Will and Grace.
Will and Grace. When that came out in terms of sexual and LGBTQ.
LGBT.
Sorry, my bad. But
yeah, that was the first like show
trying
where
to progress society.
Main character,
And that's
yeah.
interesting because, once we start to become comfortable with the idea, that seems to be the next stepping stone.
Yeah, because I mean, in like, well, reference Star Wars again, they sort of made it comfortable in multiple of like the cartoons and the movies that like humans could live alongside other races in like the same cities, same planets, all that sort of stuff, could intermingle, work together in business deals and stuff. That's sort of what they're... That's how I look at this. I'm just like, well, this is them just buttering us up before they serve the toast kind of thing. Like,
the difference is we don't know. Like that's projected as complete fiction and
Yes.
not like this is where society's heading. This is a direct attempt.
We're
like,
watching this in real
we're
time.
going to be more comfortable with.
We don't know
these
the compass.
artificial- That's like these. They've got those programs or whatever there where they do like fake faces on.
oh, deep fakes?
Yeah, deep fakes. Whatever.
Will Smith,
That
have you
kind
seen
of
his
shit.
reaction to it? So
Will.
Will Smith.
Dill Pickle. It looks
Dill-
like we're right front. There you go. It's pretty close.
So Will Smith, when he first got told about deepfake, there was a robot. I want to say it's called Grace. We might be able to find it later on. But if you look up Will Smith, deepfake robot reaction, whatever it is. Anyway, he basically was gobsmacked as to how like it dead on its reactions were. And when it transitioned like the reactions into deepfake, it basically like, took a photo of him, put the photo on the robot, and then was reacting perfectly with his voice recordings and everything like that. It's nuts.
It's interesting and
I'll pull it up. I don't know if we might be able to play this.
anyway from back to
No, it's
Miquela.
copyright.
Do we have a problem
Yes.
with it?
I
Do
don't know.
we think it's a
Yes, no. Be
What? I
outlandish.
don't know.
What do you see?
I'll play the devil's advocate. I think this is like
Just share your opinions.
this is a tool that can be completely misused really quickly. Dude,
How
it's
so? You wanna lay it
I
out a
think
bit?
I think because it's a fake person,
Yeah.
you've got the ability to project really bad shit without consequences on that person.
I was gonna relate it to people who are a little bit in the Stone Age in terms of like they're not following up with the news and they don't look into things themselves. If they just blatantly believe this and anything that she says, then yeah, you can just push any kind of agenda, any kind of product.
Their
out there.
actions have consequences, but how do they be held accountable?
Well, they can't. You could. Who?
Or does the company get held accountable?
No, the individual won't know much about the company. The company's quite like secretive.
But like, if Baby Yoda was to do something wrong, does Star Wars or the production company behind Star Wars get in? I don't know.
I would think. I don't see that because I feel like if they project something that's completely outrageous, the company behind it will be held accountable.
Really
for
though,
it.
dude,
They
South
probably wouldn't.
Park. Okay, let's pretend
that's-
Baby Yoda does a line of coke in South Park. They do all kinds of crazy shit.
Oh
and
yeah,
are
but
they
are we
held
talking
accountable?
crazy like
Yeah, but what
comedic
if-
things? Or are we talking just like
Bad.
legitimate bad?
Yeah,
But what
criminal
if-
offenses. Like
what
big.
if-
South Park
Yeah.
finds behind their characters too. Is it not the same kind of thing then? Just
Yeah, well, what
she's
if
doing
this
it on
is-
YouTube and Instagram as opposed to a TV show?
Yeah, but there's a clear difference between cartoon Kenny and AI.
Projecting to try and be real.
Yeah, it's literally trying its absolute best to be a digital version of real life.
I think that helps its ability to not be cancelled because you can't say anything wrong and be properly punished for it, like in the same way that you could be if we say something
Yeah, if
wrong.
I got in and said fuck Channel 9,
Dino's done that.
Might get cancelled
Yeah,
by
you might
Channel
get
9,
cancelled.
but Channel 7 and Channel 10 love you for it. But
whereas this, if this AI got in there and went like, oh, fuck Channel 9, would she really be cancelled? Or would she be like put on 60 Minutes and like put on a pedestal?
it seems like that's not going to be the issue with this one because she seems to be, the way that video we watched put it, she's pushing all the socially right things to push. So she's not going to be cancelled.
The intent seems good.
The intent aligns with the people who would usually cancel someone for doing something.
What if
So
they're buttering us up?
maybe they are for
Potentially.
the next character, because there was two other
There's
characters
two
too.
others, which
One
I
was
don't
a,
remember.
something was it?
So
there
they're
was-
doing something.
The fella was like a sex.
They're going to
something or
collab
other.
soon.
I think they're all.
That's what it said on the article.
What was
The
it?
fella who
I don't know his
goes
name,
with
yeah.
what's not Lily McGuire.
I can't
Yeah.
remember the names of the other two. They weren't as popular. I would
The
say.
dude I quickly just saw in the column. It was saying something about a sex industry or
Yeah.
whatever, and so it's just interesting, like how they push this character, because if they do it properly, it could be a force for good, and like it could be something on YouTube that's
It's a
fun,
great way to send a
relatable.
message.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Is it not just entertainment?
she
though?
can wear the
Like,
Gucci
It
bag
is.
from Sims.
Well, that's the thing.
It's
Like Sausage Party or those sort of movies where you're using objects, or Sausage Party using food and
Yeah.
set up in a grocery store. I think Seth Rogen. There's a couple of people who have done a couple of movies like that where you're using objects, and even South Park where you've got cartoons.
Yeah.
You're able to go further than a human could.
Yeah,
in
without-
terms of what's being said, and I think that helps Lil Miquela because
That's her name,
because
Lil
you can't
Miquela.
be not Lil McGuire. But I think that helps it a lot. I don't know. I'm not
It's-
sure. What I was wondering if, like, you talked about Baby Yoda and CP3.
yeah.
There's no real way for a brand to align themselves with the IP of Baby Yoda, because they did what The Mandalorian is based on Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Well, he's in it.
Yeah.
I haven't even watched it. I'm not sure.
But,
It
like-
aligns with the Mandalorian.
Well, okay, we'll switch back to Marvel and say, like, each Marvel character has done their own movie. You've got Deadpool, you've got
Essentially,
Thor,
yeah.
you've got that sort of situation going on
Yeah,
where they're capitalizing on the IP of each character. But there's no way for a brand like Samsung or like Gucci or like Chanel to align themselves with that character or whatever would fit.
Thor,
Is it
Thor
not-
throws a bottle, brings it back.
I feel like
Chanel.
I've seen ads like that before.
Thor
Like,
collaborating with
I've definitely seen
as Thor or as Chris
As
Hemsworth?
Thor, I've seen
Really?
that.
Okay.
I've seen that before. I'm annoyed that I can't think of an
Okay,
exact
yeah.
example, but I've seen a character as like used as an advertising tool.
I thought it might have been a brand's way of trying to capitalize on personal IP that they typically couldn't or missing out on because of the wave of social trends.
Yeah, it's interesting because she's what, a self-proclaimed influencer. That's like her.
Lil
Is that-
Miquela is
is that
what
like,
you're saying?
Is
Yeah,
that Lil
yeah,
Miquela's
yeah.
role? Like she's
she's
an
an
influencer. So she's like, her whole role is to influence people on social media. That might
As
be
if a real person.
as a real person would.
Yeah.
That's where I'm trying to toss up whether I have a huge problem with that. Because I think, what's the difference between aligning with or listening to an influencer who's fake and pushed by or created by a company with a script and things? What's the difference between that and following, even though it's a genuine person?
I think the difference is the consequences.
they
Yeah,
can't
it's
be held
probably-
as accountable.
yeah.
But it just depends on what they're saying.
I don't know. But if your partner, like, there's obviously a lot of people that follow Lil Miquela. Like,
And love Miquela,
by
but-
looking at the comments, it's hard to comprehend, especially as a
young
guy.
Yuki 97 was
Oh,
like
yeah.
loving her.
Loving
But
her.
I don't understand. But I mean, it's obvious that my opinion doesn't matter because
She's
3
successful.
million people disagree with me.
And also, their company's worth like what
125 mil.
Yeah, 125 mil. Yeah, that's massive. So
but-
It's not bad.
Is it crazy if your partner or someone you know is a fan?
no, dude. The thing is as well, like, what's the difference between, let's just say C-3PO from Star Wars was like this, and then he had his own YouTube channel and he had his own Instagram and he became like an influencer. What's the difference between that and this? There's no real difference. And as Dino said, what's the difference between these artificial characters and a real life character? They're just promoting the same shit. They're running off the same script. They're running with the same brands. I don't really think that there is a huge difference. The only big thing I can nitpick is, as we've all said, the consequence element. When the bullet bites back, it's just biting AI. It's not actually biting the company per se, or it's not biting the individual
Yeah.
who's doing the YouTube. It's just this figment of our imagination. Like,
They're not
that's
the
why I
only
don't
ones.
see a problem.
They're not the only ones doing something like this. Like, there's I think like Barbie has started to do this kind of shit too.
Oh, really?
Because there's a Barbie TV show. Like, it's a kid show on Netflix or whatever, But half of the show is she's essentially. It's not as good as that in terms
Sure.
of how
The
detailed it is.
production quality.
But she's basically like a teenage influencer. She's sitting in front of her computer talking about her day and vlogging and doing that same kind of shit. So it's like there is stuff like that
They're teeing it up for
in
the
that
young
medium.
kids, yeah.
Who again, that's also protected by whatever's behind Barbie, whatever's behind that industry. So that can do the same kind of thing. It just might have different standards than.
I think it also, like, this is a weird segue, but I think it also leads into the sex doll industry. If someone's finding or relating to a fake person and the pictures look good, like, they're nice looking pictures,
Sure.
they're attractive,
Sure.
I think that's also an easy segue into the sex doll industry of, does it become more normal or more okay to sleep with a sex doll?
Yeah, like if you're able to lust and fawn over
Yeah.
a AI completely influencer online.
I'm sure
It
there are
would make
some
that
guys in those
jump a
comments
little bit easier.
that are willing to sleep with Miquela for a night, who speaks like a fully functioning human, and more so than a lot of other humans in society.
Yeah, and it might interact with them like the same way that... Well, it's trying to interact with them the same way a person would. So there's no... Is there a real difference then? Like
Probably not.
You're blending the lines so close
It's so
together.
blurry right now.
Like if the visual element and like the synthetic skin element is really close, and then actual robotics is close to the way the human body functions, like how close is the line getting blurred? That's what I'm saying.
It's a nice looking body. She speaks normally, like a human would, like you'd expect.
Lips just move a little bit off, but that's all right. You get away with that.
And the face is very,
Some of
the
the-
face is very tight.
Some Botox
Just
people,
good Botox.
Botox,
yeah.
great Botox.
dude. Some Botox people that
That's-
like
that's
this
the
with their
same.
lips,
It's the same
their
thing.
lips move a little
Yeah,
bit
your
different.
injectables. But, like, they look good. They speak. You speak like a normal human, and you can sexually interact like you would with a fully functioning human. Is that normal to sleep with then?
I don't know if it's
Because
normal.
there's not much of a difference.
I don't know if it's normal, but I don't know how bad it is.
I feel like
if
it-
it's
But that's
if
what
it's
Luke's
overall.
saying. No, but Luke is saying
Bad.
that
If the
line is
production
so-
quality is really good of this sex doll,
You're thinking
who
elite.
speaks-
It just literally is like.
what's the
person.
difference at that point?
Because yeah,
Well,
It's actually
besides
probably
emotional
easier to relate.
connection.
There's huge emotional connection with this Lil Miquela.
That one.
So it's probably a lot easier to relate with someone that's artificial intelligence because they don't have the stress of bills to pay and like there's a lot
literally-
less weighing onto their mind. I don't know.
That's
it's
so
weird.
unrelatable
It's-
though, because most people have bills to pay and things.
No,
but
but
I
they
understand
use-
your
But
point.
it's a
I
lot
understand
easier
your
to
point.
get across to that person.
but also you got to understand what Luke's saying is because this thing doesn't think about bills. It's literally the ultimate escape tool.
It's for you.
Yeah,
it's only about you.
And that's where the interaction becomes more unique, more legitimate. Because it's when people go on to look at these things in their private time, that is their escape. And you could, I can understand where Luke's coming from in terms of the sex doll industry and all that sort of stuff. If these like AI and like real robots were to become good enough in production, then what's to say that this couldn't be live streaming and then you could like buy it out like a prostitute? Like people have, it's literally the same.
OnlyFans,
and that's
live
how-
OnlyFans streaming. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because that's literally the relationship.
Imagine
building.
that. That is just cash in the bank. That is just printing money. That is a license to
What's
print
the
money.
company, Bud or whatever the hell they're...
Brud.
Brud, they are loving
They are
that.
printing
They are loving
money.
that idea. It's in
Oh
the
my
works already.
God.
Hey,
It's in the works already.
Sign
Holy
us up.
shit!
Wait, have we
That is-
checked?
That's better than a casino.
Does she have...
That is
Maybe she already has
24/7
one.
money printing. Oh my god!
She might already have an
Yeah,
OnlyFans,
yeah,
bro.
she actually could though.
But I gotta ask you at point blank. Gabby's out of the picture. You're a single man. Are you sleeping?
Yeah,
with,
Dylan. Are you
sleeping with
Are you?
someone?
Am I sleeping with someone?
Yeah, finish your sentence.
No.
Get it out so we can't... Yeah.
No, point blank. You're a single man. Are you sleeping with someone who has very little differences to a human being, being a robot?
You mean one of these
One of
perfect
these-
sex
one of
dolls
these
you
perfect,
described
yeah.
before? Are you sleeping with them?
Are you? Are you?
John's hilarious.
Hang on, no,
future-
no, shut up.
No
Answer
chance.
the question.
No chance.
Dude, I was just going to say, in the future, it might be so close
I-
you wouldn't even know.
You probably there'll be a couple of differences of like I know this is not what this is, but that's probably the only difference.
I'm so in my head overthinking it too much.
Okay, what about you?
Always, I would not be able to do it. It's so
Dylan?
fucking stupid.
Dylan, talk to me.
I'm talking to you.
Tell me, what are you doing? Like, to be honest, I probably would.
Bro, how are you...
Like,
Do it once to
yeah. I'm just curious.
Nah, I don't
but
need
I
to
think
know.
it'd be a lot harder to like she probably doesn't.
$1,500, order to your house, have it whenever you want.
like a beat.
What are you thinking?
No,
No, $1,500. Like, boom, you've got that for life.
Okay,
which
for
is-
that no.
Like
for
a
that fine. No.
You know what I mean? Like,
No, but like I think it becomes difficult because you're probably not going to develop the same relationship
No.
with that person because you can't
It's
work
so-
towards the same common goals that you could in
course.
a
Bro, it's so
human
how
artificial
annoying
relationship.
waiting to you all the time. Oh.
No, but like I do think there will be. I think it would be impossible to
Bro,
fully bridge the gap.
robot turns around. Why haven't we washed the dishes? You know, fucking... Yeah, no.
What about you? But I would try it out if it's really good. But like,
I don't
I'm
even-
I'm just curious enough to try it out. But like, I think that would be weird.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Sign Luke up. He
Dude,
wants
Are
who-
you, are you doing it? You haven't answered.
I don't know, yeah. Dude,
Spotify
fucking-
would not know what he just said.
Yeah.
Spotify just didn't register your lyrics. Do you wanna speak that? Do you wanna say that again? Just the way you said it.
Dude. It's hard to say because it's a fucking hypothetical.
No.
well, it's a
okay.
20
answer
year
the,
down the line.
Answer the fucking question.
Bro, I wouldn't know.
That's a yes. That's a yes. That's honestly
That's
a
it.
yes.
He's open to it. That's
Yeah.
what it sounds like to me.
Bro, interpret it as you
Which
want.
is probably how I stand as well. I mean,
It's a
I'm
little
not
We
bit-
said yes straight up
I'm,
to
go-
try.
I'm going to
So-
say it is like a super confronting idea, though.
It's terrifying.
There's...
How far does this rabbit hole go? How
you
deep
could,
is the rabbit
dude,
hole?
you can
No
fucking
sexual
delve...
innuendo
Bro, sell ourselves into extinction from no procreating.
there.
There's
That is the
B-
dystopian. Oh,
There's B-grade
that's what
films
happened.
about that sort of stuff.
That's Japan has a negative reproduction rate
Yeah.
at the moment.
Have they got really good sex dolls?
Yeah.
I think they actually
They had
do.
the forefront because there is one country that's like
Yeah.
But
putting the work in.
I think there's some statistic I read that from like 16 to 25, they actually find it revolting, the idea of sex.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I think it was Japan. Was
Yeah,
Japan
no,
or
it's definitely,
Korea? It's not South Korea?
definitely,
It's
definitely Japan. I don't know the statistic, the percentage, and the age bracket.
Well,
But it was-
China's also like not producing as many people as they are.
Yeah,
they
but
tried-
dude,
they
that's
tried to
different.
slow it down.
There's
They're
a
in a
difference
decline.
there that is really important to make. Japan had like a massive problem with like addiction to sexual activity, like
In
whether
terms of like consuming and not actually having
like
sex.
Like,
fucking
no, just-
octopuses.
like yeah, dude, just consuming sexual content and sexual interaction. That the government got involved and basically said, hey, we got to dial this back, and started to educate people more. And the education has caused that social mindset of, okay, this is probably a little bit inappropriate and it has to wait a while in life. Like 16-year-olds thinking that like
Thinking about fucking
hentai
octopuses.
is normal,
Yeah.
is not normal.
Everyone did the
Whereas-
Wait.
Wait. No, but whereas
What?
China's a little bit different. Like they literally had to tell their population you're only allowed one kid.
Yeah, and then
Like,
they
that's-
changed it like that. Oh, no, you can have more now, but they're
Yeah,
still in
that's
that culture.
really
Yeah,
different
yeah.
in terms of education, and then like no.
Yeah.
Do you think this Miquela is a way of pushing an agenda, a political
Well, it
agenda?
sounds like it's a way of making money because they're doing brand deals. And
But
stuff
is it
with
is it a
people.
way of controlling thoughts? If we start to see more of these people pop up that are relatable,
Bro,
they
they-
can then control our thoughts. Is that
Who's to say that there's not like fucking
attempt.
50 of these fucking deep fake
Most
AIs
likely is.
on Instagram having millions of followers spreading fucking bullshit?
if you don't
out
tell
there?
me about that, I don't know.
Yeah, dude, same. There's no way I would look at that. If I'm scrolling through Instagram, there's no way I would see that within 5 seconds, be like, that's fake, and then keep scrolling. There's no way I would look at it and go, there's a possibility that it's fake,
Maybe
but I don't
but,
know.
like, you're not thinking about
Dude,
it.
I'm not looking into it more, and so who's to say that there's not 50
Are the
million?
government pushing an agenda with
could
that?
do.
But people.
The government...
This
Look
is-
into it.
this
Take a
is-
step back. Take a step
Bro,
back.
have you looked into it? The government...
Are the people
Why am I seeing triangles?
like we're assuming like everyone who follows her though like they're actually influenced by what she says. How many of those people are just like curious like this is so weird?
Like us.
I'm just gonna follow, see what happens. It's nice to look at. I'll do that, but not actually being influenced.
It's nice to...
Yeah, well, I mean, guess she. I don't know.
Sure,
it's
sure.
not real, but
Is it though?
Is it having that much of a sway on culture? Is that, or this is just a stepping stone to go that direction?
I think it's having,
because I don't think how much.
bro, it's having a massive
million.
sway
How much
because
people, 3 million people follow it. That doesn't mean 3 million people are influenced by it.
No, of course.
No, but it is having a massive sway because it is the stepping stone. Dude, you allow this sort of technology to advance, and who knows, 10 years from now, we could be looking at, like we said, crazy sex dolls. We could be looking at AI running for president. We could have, who knows?
Imagine that.
Bro!
So, yeah.
I mean, they'd make a lot better
Outrageous.
decisions.
Look into
They'd be
it,
making
dude.
better decisions.
I
There's
don't
no
think so.
emotional...
I think
don't think-
emotion is required in politics sometimes.
To a degree.
Yeah, it's not
It's
not
not
business.
ego.
Make money, generate.
But you're taking ego out. And
You're
I think
taking
that
all
could be
emotion.
taken
You're
out
probably
of...
taking compassion out too.
You could have, you know who you
Probably.
could have?
I
You
don't
could
think
have
you could
all
have-
your treasurers as AI.
Just the money people.
Yeah.
Well, we
Imagine
could
that
just
though.
cut off these people and we will have all this money.
Just kill off
Again,
20,000
I think
people.
We need to cull a lot of people.
That idea is putting it. When you see that business minded, no, you need compassion
Yeah, you
to
do.
be a politician. I
Otherwise,
don't-
it all just goes to shit.
But she's compassionate. As Miquela seems to have that.
So it seems
Fake-
like it's possible.
Well, have we just been like already like the stepping stone to this was the photoshopping and the filtering of things and the plastic surgery, people physically changing their bodies to look more like that kind of character. So we've already been slowly introduced to it now.
Yeah.
That now the fake one. Oh, okay, the fake one's okay. Oh, now we're going to put a fake one on a fake body and it's a
Yeah,
real...
like the synth skin.
Yeah,
sort
like
of.
maybe it is just a slow progression of we're soon going to be
Dude, well,
encapsulated.
have you guys
by it.
ever played the game Fallout? In Fallout, the concept was that they had like these synth skin AIs that basically got to such a progressed level that they felt like they'd surpassed humans. Bro, the future is literally going to be these fucking synth skin AIs culling us off.
I'm team human, mate. We'll outsmart.
Black
We have
Mirror's-
control.
Black Mirror's creative team must be
All AI.
crazy. No, well, could be. Fuck. Crazy smart. They're just prepping us for what is to come. Imagine that. Black Mirror's team is AI.
They're all
From
time
the
travelers.
future.
They're just time travelers, maybe. They're from the future. They've
This is
seen it all.
ridiculous.
But how
They're
do they-
this is
how do they-
actually a documentary.
But-
Black Mirror is a documentary of the future.
Bro.
thumbnail. The title and thumbnail. But how do they come up with episodes? Like, is there one that...
I think they do what we do.
Is there...
I think they sit here and they just go, all right, snowball
Yeah.
time. And then they just
What's-
think, what's the fucking most outlandish, what's the most ridiculous...
What's most interesting, plausible, but also slightly crazy?
I think
outcome?
that's actually one of the things that my personal opinion is what gives scientists and even art to some degree like their inspiration. It's like, let's think about the most crazy and yet somewhat plausible idea, because that plausible
Hone it
element,
back from there.
yeah, that plausible element is what we relate to. The craziness is what intrigues us.
Yeah.
And I think that's sort of how we get into these things. I mean, back in the day, the plausible element of like smartwatches was, let's give James Bond one and he's the secret agent who's using it. And now we're like, yeah, call Gabby
Yeah.
on my Apple Watch. You know what I mean? Like that. That's
Well,
sort of where I'm
I think...
getting at.
Have you seen Money Heist on Netflix?
A little
I've
bit.
heard a
La
lot
Casa
about
de
it. I haven't
Papel?
watched it, no.
My Spanish is
Fantastic.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But no, I was chatting to a friend about this because for me, Money Heist was really interesting because it did combine this could never happen, but maybe it could. But
yeah.
maybe in a perfect set of circumstances, this could happen. So it was that far-fetched of an idea, but there was still enough of reality to go, it's not entirely impossible.
That's where our imagination runs. Like
That
literally,
was the cool
Terminator
part.
is an element of that, where it's like ridiculous idea meets plausibility.
I'm going to
Terminator?
get crushed in the comments, but what the fuck is Terminator?
Well, you don't even
What the-
you don't even know what it is.
Call my man
Like,
Patrick.
I've heard of it.
Bro,
I've
call
heard
this
of
guy
it.
Patrick because he lives under a rock.
Do you know who Arnold Schwarzenegger is?
Yeah, I know that
You ever
guy.
seen his Poppy's
Oh
eye
yeah,
out?
that power.
I'll be back. I don't know why I did the telephone.
but Mark,
telephone.
do you know what movie that's from?
Terminator?
There you go.
Okay,
Bro,
so
you seen his
I don't know.
pop his eye out? Walk through fire after he crashes the truck? The whole idea is that he's a robot from the future that comes back to kill off someone who stops the robots so that robots can win.
That's also,
Spoiler alert.
That's like the Till I Collapse music video It's an Iron Man type
He knows
figure.
Until I Collapse music video, but
Bro,
don't know.
Luke knows the most
I don't- yeah, I
motivational
don't-
shit
I don't-
he
I
doesn't
know the
know.
song.
It's Eminem.
I know the song, but I don't know the
Okay, well.
music video.
Anyway, it sounds like a
I love the song.
similar thing. I don't know. But
Maybe it was inspired by Terminator.
know,
So
I
what
really-
else? What other changes are happening in the future?
The future.
In the future,
Dude,
what's
We'll
it?
have, our phones will be in our heads,
Well,
essentially.
yeah.
Get this,
Neuralink,
right?
that kind
Get
of
this. There's a
bull-
guy in Melbourne who I was watching a few years ago. I think like 2011. Don't quote me on
Definitely
this.
more than a few, but
So-
I want to hear the
sorry,
story.
11 is a few.
So 2011, he come up on a little news article in the paper that my old man showed me, and what he had done was he had cut a small section in his wrist, taken the go-card chip and done a few fucking inventions, put it in his wrist, and so basically he pays with his Oyster card from his wrist.
Sydney? I think Oyster Card Sydney is. Oh wait,
Melbourne.
no, maybe it's Opal.
Yeah, no,
Bro,
Opal
how
is
about you
Sydney.
and your Terminator
Sorry,
ass just
sorry,
let me finish the
sorry.
story? So anyway, you're asking me what's happening in the future. I think like what you said, where your phone's in your body, cyborgs. That's literally where my head goes to. Is like, okay, you lost your eye in an accident. Okay, here's a robotic one, and
That's
it's
better.
just for like reading computer details. Or oh shit, you lost your finger. Well, we'll give you a USB stick,
Or will it just grow back?
bro.
Do we think that? Yeah, I think stem cell, like that kind of regrowing things that are dying.
You lost your eye. Oh, it'll be 2 weeks.
Dude, you know
Or
what?
that'll be an option. You'll get the expensive stem cell that'll regrow, or you can have this
The cheap
artificial,
Walmart.
which is actually
Mobility.
stronger and won't break, and you know. Oh,
Imagine- that's a good
maybe
point.
that's the
There's
the choices we'll have.
Joe Rogan's mind would be blown just by listening to this show.
He's like, bro, shit, you guys on DMT? Wow. So, but there's a book I'm reading at the moment, and they're basically like these transhumans, and basically they use stem cell research in order to prolong death, and so some of them are like 500 years old, and they're humans, but they use like cybernetics and stem cell equivalent research in the future, 40,000 years from now, to basically
Is
stay
it a
alive.
real book?
Oh, it's fiction.
Oh, okay. I was
It's
like,
fiction, yeah.
I was like,
all
I'm
fiction.
sure someone knows. Lived
Yeah,
500
no,
years.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay,
no, it's just
wow.
interesting.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I think that
You know
to
what?
ask us what is going to happen in the future, well, I'll relate it back to my grandparents, right? They're just over 85 years old, and they were around from the creation of black and white TV all the way through to
Now.
smartphones and now. I mean, the technological advancements they've seen is just tremendous. And it's silly to say, but before we were like 10 years old, we had just had the iPhone created. And then when we were able to have like our first phones, it would have been like the iPhone 3, that small tiny thing that was the size of your hand. And then now we're at these phones that everyone thinks is the
With
duck's
3
nuts.
cameras, a camera on the other side,
Yeah,
a sensor.
literally, it's
a light.
silly to say what the future's going to be, because in 10 years from now, it could be changed just like that. I
It's
mean,
changing quick.
Yeah.
Feels like it's changing quicker than it
developments
did.
are just
But that
super
might just be
exponential.
recency bias.
Well,
I
dude,
don't know.
we never had rockets that could land themselves, and yet Elon Musk is like, bro, I got this crazy idea.
So what's recency bias?
Well, we only know what
Exactly.
we've experienced, so we can't really.
Oh.
We don't know how quickly it was to the people like 70 years ago, how fast that was. But I kind of take that back. I don't think so, because now that we can, because just thinking about it, we have so much more means of communication.
Exactly.
More smart people can collaborate quicker than they could have. More exposure to different ideas.
They had to send letters.
It's just
and
going to be
shit like that before.
accelerating. Yeah. It's just
Imagine
going to
that.
be a lot faster.
Well, dude, they thought we would have flying cars by 2012. I mean, come on, bro.
I
Your
mean,
car flies. Gets me speeding tickets.
have you got a second one? What
No,
are you-
no, I haven't actually gotten a speeding ticket. That didn't come through.
Oh, good.
Or it was.
Oh, you were just worried about it. You actually
Well, I
pulled
mean,
up
I
into
thought
it.
I had it. I thought it was coming my way, but
Packing
it
up the
hasn't,
truck and going
so
home, so you were fine.
I was convinced. I don't know. Interesting, because
What do you think's in the future? Come on, you asked us a question. You didn't give us an answer. 10 years from now, what do you think's happening?
Apart from sex dolls, that
Yeah.
you'll definitely.
I think
vote
sex
for.
dolls-
Luke's just drooling. He's like,
Yeah,
oh,
human-like
I think-
companions, you might call them.
Oh, stop it.
co-companions. I think sex dolls will be a
100%.
thing
I think that's already the
well
word.
and truly in 10 years' time. As
Beta
well as-
male move right there.
Huge beta male move, but I think it'll be well and
Or alpha,
truly-
you're not even controlled by any woman. You just got your own at home.
Shut the fuck up.
That's so alpha. Anyway.
Wow, that's true though.
Bro, he's just turning. He's
That's
You're in
100%.
full control.
Yeah, you're in full control, bro. Yeah.
That's actually.
Do you know what that? Do you know what that brings in?
Time management
That
is-
brings in terrible, like male female
Oh,
interaction.
Oh yeah, there'd be
Shocking.
the reverse too. Like there'd definitely be a male version of the sex doll that's well outperformed.
Bro, dominatrix
all of
just
us.
like rate of dominatrix just skyrockets.
What's
Like,
that really popular vibrator called?
I actually don't know.
I don't know. I can't
can't say I've
remember.
ever used to look. Sorry,
Neither
neither.
have I.
Sure
But every
about
girl
But
I've been
I was
with.
gonna say like that's that. The vibrator is their sex doll.
But they could also have a human
You
size.
reckon?
Yeah, why
It'll
not?
do it for them. That'd
Yeah.
be weird.
Why
Well, I
not?
guess it's the same.
You
I
guys
don't
are
know.
incredible.
I can't speak on women, but
No, neither can I.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting though. Imagine would porn be a
fake.
no would porn become a thing with instead of Johnny Sins with a sex doll, a male sex doll,
Johnny Sims.
sleeping.
Yeah,
Johnny Sims. Is that a is
Yeah,
that
you
a
could
thing?
though.
of course, it would definitely be at the very worst a niche. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why? Because the porn industry wouldn't have to pay these actors a wage.
They don't pay him anyway. That's the big secret.
sure
They don't
about
pay him. They don't get paid very well. That's why they're all on
Are you
OnlyFans.
sure about
now.
that?
The big female ones get paid well, but
I-
everyone else gets paid pennies, bro.
I think there's
not
that
as
much
good
bad
as-
stuff that goes on in like as in corruption and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
it's I think there are a lot of people taken advantage of in the industry.
That's why
Can you
OnlyFans
find
are so
out-
uplifting.
Can you find out what the average wage
It's empowering.
It's empowering.
It's empowering.
I'm all for it.
I think the average wage will be high.
Free the
but I
nipple,
think, but I think there'll be like a lot of issues when it comes to actually getting paid.
is? Yeah, probably.
Sort of like in the hospitality industry, there's like a rock star shift where you come in for a night,
Yeah.
cash job, and there's just in the Brisbane Bartenders Network. I don't even know if I should be saying that, but just people complaining about not getting paid and should they bring it up? How do they bring it up? Because
Is
if
it
they
like for
if they
cash jobs?
yes, because then if they
Dude.
go to the ombudsman, have they been paying tax on that cash in the past?
Yeah.
It's just this, and probably similar with the porn industry.
Dude, but you know what? Those gentlemen's agreement sort of deals, like let's shake hands, I'll work the night if you give me the money for it. You know what? That's judgment call. If you're going to do a gentleman's agreement private, then you're the idiot who didn't judge the scenario properly.
Yeah,
And
it's
you
hard to
can't-
feel
You can't go
overly sorry.
crying to the ombudsman, oh, you didn't fucking pay me because I worked at the... No. You were stupid and made an off-the-table agreement, and now you've got to wear the cost of it. And the
Yeah.
cost was you wasted a night working.
A shitty thing happened to you, but you brought that upon yourself by not doing the research behind it or not. We'll just go off it easy. Oh, what are we looking at, Luke?
I'm
We're going to get demonetized. Oh,
I'm just on Vice and looking at
no,
how much money porn stars make. And it looks like around probably 2,000 Aussies
Bro,
for,
what
a,
is
for
that
a scene. That's
but this is
a
for what?
huge-
What porn stars are we talking about? What?
Bro,
There we go. There's
who is
your-
this?
Oh, yeah, that's
Luke,
what they'll be in the future. Wow.
Luca got paid $1,000 per scene. Who's a guy?
But these
Bro.
are big. These are big ones though. These
Yes.
are
4
these
minutes?
are famous ones.
That's my-
4 minutes
I've
for
never heard of
$1,000?
any of them. I've never heard of any of them, but they're famous ones.
That's what I was gonna say. So,
Bro, 4 minutes, $1,000, winning.
but getting the scene.
it's all about your work ethic.
Yeah, a scene, 4 minutes.
Work- I'll do 30 shoots a day.
What's your work rate? What's your work rate?
24 shoots a day.
But I think there's a lot of like over promising, under delivering in that porn industry,
yeah, it's cooked.
which I think is one of the reasons why OnlyFans is so popular. Sort of like a Patreon for an actor or any creator who can monetize without going to Sony or Universal or
Disney.
Pixar or Disney, whatever the main.
Power back to the creator.
Pull
Exactly.
on Disney. Woo!
It's empowering. Like
Do you
it is
consider
empowering.
Them a
Yeah,
creator though? I guess they create
They are
content.
they are coming up with
Very-
content.
I wouldn't say it's overly creative, but it's definitely.
It's such a weird thing because OnlyFans. It's such a weird thing because they are, and it's not easy work. Like cultivating an audience, it's
That's
still
the hard
it's still
part.
not easy.
Yeah.
But you're working with something that you are already given.
Dude, you know,
You've got a head start. It's like the rich kid becoming richer.
Yeah.
prostitution's
There's
the
a
oldest
hierarchy.
oldest profession ever.
Makes sense.
I'm pretty sure it started in France. Don't quote me on that, but it's basically been around forever. I mean, Sex is sex,
Oui,
dude.
oui.
It's the human body craves it. And
So people will pay for it. That's,
yeah, that's why Luke's gone about the sex industry. It's literally the gateway into AI.
Or is it
robotics
the-
and stuff.
Gateway.
right.
Thanks for tuning into this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that
Mind
bell
blown.
notification. We are currently on 47 subscribers recording this video. We are hitting 500 by the end of this month, and we'll be giving a pair of AirPods Pros away. So check into our Instagram. We'll talk more about that. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.